The sprawling, glass-clad headquarters of Oscorp in New York City, a fortress of questionable corporate innovation, was violated by a brazen act of technological larceny. A massive, blaring emergency alarm signaled that the Beetle, a mercenary clad in gleaming, high-tech armored plating, had successfully executed a daring Great Garden heist, stealing a rare, glowing seed from Oscorp's highly secure rooftop botanical research facility. This wasn't at any seed. According to classified documents that immediately went viral on the dark web, this seed was genetically engineered to possess infinite energy potential upon germination, promising a power source that could either save the world or utterly consume it. Spider-Man, swinging into the chaotic scene, his spider sense screaming a catastrophic warning, arrived just as the Beetle made his escape across the rooftops. "Seriously, Beetle, you couldn't just steal a taxicab? You had to mess with Norman's crazy plant projects," he muttered, pursuing the green armored villain. The pursuit ended abruptly in a derelict industrial park when, in his haste, the Beetle fumbled the highly unstable seed. The moment the seed hit the damp earth of a cracked asphalt parking lot, it immediately began to germinate with terrifying speed. Within seconds, it ballooned into a living, overgrown monster plant, a colossal, serpentine entity of thorny vines and massive, pulsating, sickly green blossoms, rapidly consuming the surrounding infrastructure. The power without compassion always grows out of control, and this plant was the ultimate proof. Spider-Man realized the crisis had escalated from a simple chase to a full-blown ecological catastrophe. The plant, fueled by the seed's infinite energy potential and the polluted urban soil, was consuming everything in its path and threatening to overwhelm the city. Landing near the periphery of the rapidly expanding botanical horror, he found his ally, Bulbasaur, already on the scene, circling the monstrous plant with profound distress. Bulbasaur's natural plant instincts were reeling from the sight of such violent, uncontrolled growth, and his bulb pulsed erratically, emitting a weak, harmonizing glow that was immediately overwhelmed by the plant's chaotic energy. "Bulbasaur," the Pokémon cried out, indicating the monster plant was just growing, but feeding, drawing raw energy and nutrients from every patch of soil and structure it touched. Spider-Man quickly assessed the situation, realizing that direct force was useless. Any attempt to cut or burn the plant would only trigger a faster, more volatile growth reaction, instantly using the energy of the attack to grow larger. The Beetle, meanwhile, seeing his prize transformed into a destructive force, decided to adapt. He began using his sonic cannon to control the sprawling monster plant, attempting to tame it into a weapon to escape Spider-Man, rather than trying to destroy it. "A living weapon! Even better," the Beetle shrieked, aiming his cannon. This created a chaotic, unstable scenario where the monstrous plant was thrashing wildly, momentarily controlled by the Beetle's sonic pulses, but constantly threatening to explode into an uncontrollable frenzy. "Okay, bud, new plan," Spider-Man communicated urgently, leaping onto a collapsing water tower. "We can't hit the plant, and we can't let Beetle control it. We have to strike the seed at its core, the source of the infinite energy, before it consumes the entire city. But the core is deep inside that botanical monstrosity." They devised a risky strategy that played entirely on their unique strengths. Spider-Man would climb the walls of the monster, using his agility and webbing to create structural weak points and divert the Beetle's attention, while Bulbasaur would calm the roots, using his natural energy to seek out the core and create a pathway from within. Spider-Man began his ascent, firing specially coated, non-toxic webs into the monstrous plant's thick, armored skin, pulling sections apart to give Bulbasaur access to the internal network of roots. The ascent was perilous. The plant was sentient, aware of the intrusion, and its thorny, crushing vines whipped violently at the hero, forcing him into impossible acrobatics. The Beetle, distracted by Spider-Man's rapid movements, aimed his sonic cannon at the hero, missing and hitting the plant, which reacted with a furious, uncontrolled surge of growth, momentarily trapping the Beetle in a tangle of new, aggressive vines. Meanwhile, Bulbasaur, braving the claustrophobic dark network beneath the plant, channeled a powerful, continuous pulse of harmonizing grass energy into the roots. He was using his power not to destroy, but to soothe, forcing the plant to momentarily slow its growth and revealing the path to the central seed. The deep, resonating hum of the seed's infinite power was almost deafening in the subterranean darkness, pulling at Bulbasaur's own life force. He found the core, a massive obsidian-black root structure housing the rapidly expanding, dangerously unstable glowing seed. The seed pulsed with an ominous light, absorbing and radiating energy in equal measure, threatening to detonate the entire plant and surrounding block. Bulbasaur knew he couldn't use a powerful blast. It would trigger the infinite energy and cause a cataclysm. He needed a precise, surgical neutralization. He channeled his most concentrated, purest solar beam, not as a ray of destruction, but as a beam of focused, stabilizing light, aimed at the outer membrane of the unstable seed. The solar beam struck, not with an explosion, but with a high-pitched, resonant whine. The massive plant structure shuddered violently, and the seed, unable to process the highly focused, pure energy, began to slowly dissipate, its infinite energy being safely absorbed and neutralized by Bulbasaur's stabilizing force. Above ground, the massive monster plant began to deflate, its immense size shrinking rapidly, its aggressive vines dropping harmlessly to the asphalt. The beetle, freed from the collapsing plant, was immediately webbed by Spider Man. The crisis was averted, the infinite energy source neutralized, and the city was safe. Bulbasaur, utterly exhausted but triumphant, emerged from the now deflated plant structure, which had harmlessly dissolved into a large pile of healthy, rich compost. They had defeated the ultimate weapon by understanding that true power lies in control and compassion, not chaotic ambition. Their victory was a testament to the fact that power without a moral compass inevitably turns into self destruction. Life lesson: power without compassion always grows out of control. The story teaches that unchecked ambition and the pursuit of raw, limitless power, when divorced from empathy and control, inevitably lead to self destruction. The true act of heroism lies not in wielding the greatest force, but in having the compassion and focus to stabilize and neutralize chaos, proving that moral clarity is the most powerful control mechanism of all.